at one of the most cerebral wrestlers on the continent of Europe, a man who wages psychological warfare. Joseph Connors has had a wrestling career that has taken him all around the world. And now here to Pro Wrestling Cyprus. He's going to face a man who, by all accounts, really should be Pro Wrestling Cyprus champion today. Direct from the 0121, the city of Birmingham. He is the Lyrical Dragon. And he is back here today at the Cyprus Comic Con. What a main event this is going to be between man like Dereiss and Joseph Connors. Great crowd here this afternoon to witness this one. Connors looking frustrated that Dereiss is taking too long in his view to make it to the ring. Dereiss is celebrating with his people here. People of Cyprus embracing Dereiss. And my goodness, what a different world it would be if Dereiss had defeated Tate Mayfair's last night and become the Pro Wrestling Cyprus champion. It was only because of very questionable circumstances, that low blow from Mayfair's to help him cling on to his championship. Otherwise, as I said, this could be a very different world right now with a man like Dereiss as the champion here in Cyprus. It's party time here at the Cyprus Comic Con. I hate to be a party pooper, but you've got to say that when Dereiss gets in there finally, the party may well be over because Joseph Connors does not mess around. Connors does not seem to be in a festive mood here. Telling the crowd to be quiet. Dereiss telling them quite the opposite, and it's man like Dereiss who they're listening to. Look at Connors is throwing a tantrum. Connors is supposed to be a master of mind games. Seems to have found that this crowd have got inside his head, though. Connors proving to be a little less than courageous here as Dereiss chases him out of the ring. A man like Dereiss very much enjoying his interactions here with the fans at the Cyprus Comic Con. The same cannot be said of Joseph Connors. Connors seems to be in an absolutely foul mood here. Connors is still arguing back and forth. I don't know what he thinks any of this is going to achieve.
You need a microphone.
Moaning to the referee.
When he says "Oh, I say shut up."
Connors again telling everyone to shut up. Old man screaming at a cloud. There's no one going to obey this instruction from Joseph Connors. Bell rings, let's get this fight underway. And he's immediately underway, and immediately Dereiss shoves Connors down to the canvas. Connors backing off through the ropes. Referee trying to get Dereiss to let Connors back into the ring, which he does. Tried to take him by surprise, and Dereiss caught him with a hip toss now, gonna maybe slam him down with a body slam. Connors again going to the outside. After all these complaints from Joseph Connors that Dereiss was taking too long, partying with the crowd, not getting in the ring and starting the match, well, the roles have been reversed here. It's Joseph Connors who's holding things up. Connors with some real diva-ish behavior here, insisting on things being just as he likes them before he's prepared to get back in the ring and continue this match. Finally, going to get pulled into the ring by Dereiss. Dereiss will get sent to the ropes, shoulder block, and it's Connors who goes down. Dereiss taking Connors down once again. Dereiss mocking Connors. It's enraged Connors, but it might make Connors make a mistake. And that's exactly what it does. Dereiss holding onto the arm after taking Connors out. And now wrenching the arm here, stretching out, bending those fingers. Dereiss with a point to prove after that controversial defeat to Mayfair's last night. Boot into the face there though from Connors. Dereiss goes underneath, gets a hold of the ankles of Connors and takes him down. Connors' face colliding with the canvas. Now a man like Dereiss has Connors in a compromising position. Dereiss and Connors in a very painful spot here. Now like Dereiss high-fiving everyone. Doesn't seem to be a tremendous amount of sympathy for Joseph Connors from the fans here at the Cyprus Comic-Con. Dereiss has got him again. Connors this time on his front. Similar problem for Connors. Connors has got his legs tied up. Joseph Connors is helpless here. He can't go anywhere. Finally able to free himself. Dereiss going to quickly follow him back into the ring. Connors took a swing there, couldn't get him. An atomic drop from a man like Dereiss. Connors finally firing back. Dereiss had been making him look, frankly, a little bit foolish in the last couple of minutes. Joseph Connors certainly won't like that. Able to slam Dereiss into the corner there. That may have hurt the lower back of the man from the 0-1-2-1. Shot to the back of the head there from Connors as Joseph Connors finally able to take control, and he's the kind of wrestler who likes to be psychologically and physically in full control of a match at all times. I might call him a control freak. A lot of people would say that about Connors. It gets big back body drop there by a man like Dereiss. Connors with no idea where he is. Just draped over that middle rope. Dereiss came after him. Connors once again, how many times is that now? 3 or 4 that Connors has just retreated to the outside. Dereiss calling him a chicken, and the fans agree. Referee is counting Connors out here. Gonna have to return to the ring for that count of 10, but Dereiss has joined him on the outside. That'll reset the count. Kind of a wild swing at Dereiss. Joseph Connors, who's normally so cool and calm and collected, has really lost his cool here. Dereiss got a hold of Connors. The fans getting involved. I don't think Joseph Connors has a friend anywhere in Cyprus. Everyone wants a piece of Connors. And that's 4 or 5 fans who've taken their shot here at Joseph Connors. Connors in a hostile environment here, surrounded by some very vocal and even some very physical man like Dereiss fans. He's getting back in, and there's the Joseph Connors we know. Saw an opening with Dereiss leaving himself open as he crawled under that bottom rope, but he's fighting back now. His man like Dereiss. Connors reverses the whip. And Connors with a side slam. Connors will hook the leg. It's a kick out from Dereiss. Dereiss, that lower back still continuing to bother him somewhat. What is this? Connors is choking out Dereiss there. Tape to assist him. That's obviously illegal. Connors almost daring the referee to do anything about it. Dereiss firing back again. Some shots to the abdomen of Joseph Connors. Connors clothesline. Pin here from Connors. Didn't hook the leg and Dereiss kicked out. Connors though smartly, no wasted motion there from Joseph Connors, who's immediately back on top of Dereiss. Connors is trying to wear down Dereiss. Dereiss so full of energy as we saw during his entrance and throughout the match. He knows if he can just squeeze some of that life out of Dereiss, stop the oxygen flowing around the body, that could be the key to defeating the man from the 0-1-2-1. Dereiss came off the ropes, ends up on the apron. Connors comes at him. Dereiss can regain the upper hand, over the top, giving a sunset flip. The shoulders of Connors go down. Kick out on 2. Into a backslide maybe. Dereiss with the leverage advantage. Connors almost couldn't roll out of that in time. Living on the edge here is Joseph Connors against man like Dereiss. Comes Dereiss. A flurry of right hands raining down in the corner. Connors always seems to find a way back in just when you think he's beaten. He's certainly his own biggest fan, isn't he, Joseph Connors? Drops the knee there, across the jaw of man like Dereiss. Tries to convert that into a pin. Got himself a 2.5. Half a second shy of victory there for Joseph Connors, and that will be encouraging for Connors, I think. Connors very much brimming with confidence now. He knocked Dereiss down again with a right hand. Dereiss having to go to the ropes to help him get back to his feet, but he doesn't realize Connors is measuring him from behind. Another big right hand from Connors. A man like Dereiss suddenly in a whole world of trouble in this match. Connors ripping and tearing at the face there. Another illegal hold that the referee demanded on having broken. Suplex from Connors. Connors over into the cover. He floated over very quickly. Got a very strong 2 count out of it. You might not like the attitude. You might not like the world view of Joseph Connors. You've got to be impressed when he's able to get in a controlling position in a match like this. He just almost smothers his opponent. He's all over his foe. Every single moment, no let up whatsoever from Connors. Dereiss is trying to power his way back into this. Dereiss with a shot there to Connors, who's quickly got back on top, closes that opening, trying to lift him. Dereiss trying to reverse, a battle between these two, who can hit the vertical suplex. Connors might have him, quite get him over. Now Dereiss gets it, but Dereiss doesn't have the energy to capitalize. Both men flat on their backs here. Highly competitive, very even match between Joseph Connors and man like Dereiss. Referee's up to a count of 7 out of 10. I think both men are going to beat the count. Yes, they are. Connors has at least. It's enough to stop the count. They lock horns again. Exchanging strikes now. Connors and Dereiss. Who wants it more? In this absorbing singles contest between two of the best in Europe. Clothesline from man like Dereiss. Connors got caught there. Look at the strength of man like Dereiss. Connors trying to free himself, he can't. And a full away slam from the powerful man like Dereiss. Dereiss very much relying at this point on the support of the fans. The energy that they're giving him here at the Cyprus Comic-Con may just carry him on a wave across the finish line to victory here against Connors as Dereiss nips up. There's that energy I was talking about. Dereiss got the kick round the side of the head. Reversal of the Irish whip from Connors. Connors sending Dereiss to the ropes. Dereiss with a clothesline. Joseph Connors, exhausted, draped across the middle rope. Dereiss went for the swinging kick. Connors got out of the way just in time. Man like Dereiss with that fireman's carry now on Connors. Shinoku driver from Joseph Connors straight into a side press for the cover. Kick out from Dereiss. The 2 count, referee confirming. And these chants from the fans starting to get a little more urgent. Dereiss again finds himself in trouble at the hands of Joseph Connors. This from Connors. Connors trying to lift up Dereiss for maybe a power bomb here. Dereiss just wriggling his legs until he got out of it. Now that strength in the legs powers him away. Dereiss able to hit the leg of Connors. Nearly caught him there. Back and forth again between these two to the cutter. Big cutter from man like Dereiss. Dereiss, this time, the swinging kick to the face finds its target. Dereiss has him up. Drops him down off of the shoulders. And man like Dereiss with the victory over Joseph Connors. I'll tell you what, man like Dereiss had to fight for that one. What a match it was between Dereiss and Joseph Connors. But the lyrical dragon from Birmingham, England, with a memorable victory here in this main event over Joseph Connors. Dereiss celebrating, Connors retreating back to the locker room to lick his wounds. And man like Dereiss with a major win here at the Cyprus Comic-Con.